Have you ever wondered why, despite eating balanced meals, staying active, and following your doctor's advice, your muscles still feel weaker year after year? Why lifting your legs takes more effort, or why your balance isn't quite what it used to be? Why rising from a chair feels slower, even though you haven't changed much in your routine? Is it simply aging? Or could something else, something hidden, be slowly robbing your strength without you realizing? Here's the surprising truth. It's not always what you're not doing. In many cases, it's something you are doing every day without a second thought. Most seniors are unknowingly making a quiet, repeated mistake at mealtime, not because they're careless, but because they've been told for decades that certain foods are safe, familiar, even healthy. But now your body has changed, and so has the way it reacts to what you eat. Some foods, even the ones you've trusted for years, may be slowly damaging your muscles, your mobility, and your independence. Let's uncover what they are before they take more from you than you realize. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Processed meats, a false friend on the dinner plate. There's something deeply familiar, even comforting, Bhakti, about the smell of bacon in the morning or the sizzle of sausages on the stove. For many seniors, processed meats have been lifelong staples. They're quick, flavorful, and remind us of weekend breakfasts with family, summertime cookouts, or late night sandwiches after a long day. But behind that nostalgic aroma lies a quiet, constant threat to your strength and independence. Processed meats, like deli slices, hot dogs, salami, bacon, and smoked sausages, are filled with sodium, saturated fats, preservatives, and chemicals like nitrates and nitrites. These ingredients may help the meat last longer on a shelf, but inside your body, they do something far more harmful. They increase inflammation, strain your blood vessels, and slowly undermine your muscles' ability to rebuild and maintain themselves. With age, the body naturally loses muscle mass in a process called sarcopenia. But when you fuel yourself with foods that interfere with muscle repair, that process accelerates. You may not notice it overnight, but over months and years, the toll becomes clear. Rising from a chair feels harder. Climbing stairs requires effort. Simple tasks feel heavy. And often the cause isn't just aging, it's what's been sitting on your plate all along. The price you pay for continuing to eat processed meats isn't just physical weakness. It's a quiet loss of confidence in your body. It's the fear of falling, the hesitation before walking across the room, the frustration of not being able to carry a grandchild or lift a bag of groceries. It's a piece of your freedom exchanged for the convenience of a familiar taste. You deserve better. Your body deserves better. The good news is that every meal is a new opportunity. Choosing fresh, unprocessed proteins like grilled chicken, wild-caught fish, or plant-based sources such as beans and lentils can help rebuild what's been lost, not just in muscle, but in momentum, vitality, and joy. As you begin to rethink what's truly nourishing, ask yourself, is this food giving me life or taking it away a little at a time? And if you think a simple drink can't possibly do much harm, you might want to take a closer look. The next item on this list may surprise you more than any other. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Sugary drinks, sipping away strength. There's something about a cold soda on a hot day or a sweet iced tea shared on the porch that feels like a small pleasure, a reward, a treat, a moment of comfort. For many older adults, sugary drinks have become part of a routine. That afternoon pick me up, the beverage served with lunch, or the little sweetness after dinner. But while these drinks may feel harmless, even innocent, they carry consequences that ripple far beyond their sweetness. Sugary drinks are among the most deceptive culprits when it comes to muscle deterioration. They are filled with added sugars that spike your blood glucose, putting stress on your body's ability to use insulin effectively. Over time, this leads to insulin resistance, which directly interferes with your muscles' ability to absorb nutrients and grow stronger. Muscles aren't just built in the gym, they're built at the table. And when your muscles are being fed with sugar instead of strength, they quietly begin to fade. The sugar high doesn't last long, but its effects do. These drinks offer no protein, no fiber, no healthy fats, nothing your muscles actually need. Instead, they promote inflammation, fat gain, and fatigue, weakening your foundation day by day. You may begin to notice it when it takes longer to recover from activity, or when a walk that used to feel easy now feels like a challenge. You may start reaching for a cane more often, or feel uncertain when stepping off a curb. These aren't just signs of age, they're signs your body is fighting against a fuel it was never meant to rely on. The price you pay for that daily can of soda or that sweetened coffee drink isn't just in calories or blood sugar. It's in the loss of strength, in the slow unraveling of muscle tone, in the shrinking of the life you can live fully. It's your independence being traded away, one sip at a time. But you don't have to give up the ritual to reclaim your strength. Water with a splash of lemon, naturally flavored seltzers, herbal teas. They hydrate, heal, and support the muscles that carry you through every meaningful moment. And if you think avoiding sugar in drinks is enough, think again. Because the next food on this list may be sitting right on your breakfast table, disguised as something healthy. 3. White bread and refined carbohydrates, empty calories that steal nutrition. There's something undeniably comforting about a slice of warm white bread, a fluffy biscuit, or a bowl of soft white rice. For decades, these foods have been staples in the American household, symbols of nourishment, simplicity, and home. For many seniors, they bring back memories of dinners around the table, school lunches packed with care, and familiar meals that marked the rhythm of everyday life. But what was once seen as harmless comfort has turned into a hidden threat, one that quietly chips away at your most valuable resource, your strength. White bread and other refined carbohydrates are stripped of their natural fibers, vitamins, and minerals. What's left behind is starch, a fast-digesting, blood sugar spiking substance that gives you a quick burst of energy followed by a crash. But the damage goes deeper than a sugar rush. These foods actively promote inflammation, disrupt your metabolism, and deprive your muscles of the steady fuel they need to stay strong and function properly. As you age, every ounce of muscle becomes more precious. It supports your posture, protects your joints, and allows you to do everyday tasks with grace and dignity. But when refined carbs dominate your meals, your muscles are fed with empty promises. Calories that fill you but don't nourish you. Over time, that lack of nourishment leads to real physical decline. You may feel weaker, tire faster, or notice that it's harder to recover from simple activity. These are not just signs of aging. They are signs that your body is asking for more than what it's been given. The price you pay for relying on white bread, sugary cereals, or processed snacks isn't just in inches around your waistline. It's in the erosion of your body's strength and stamina. It's in the quiet frustration when climbing the stairs, or the growing reliance on others to do what you once did with ease. It's in the slow fading of the active life you worked so hard to build. But there is hope, and it begins with something as simple as choosing whole grains. Brown rice, steel-cut oats, quinoa, and 100% whole wheat bread offer slow-burning energy and real nutrition to rebuild what's been lost. And if you thought carbohydrates were the only sneaky culprit, just wait. What's lurking in your favorite crispy foods may be doing even more damage than you realize. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Fried foods. Crispy outside, crisis inside. There's a certain joy in the crunch of fried chicken, the golden crisp of a French fry, or the sweet indulgence of a warm donut. These foods are deeply tied to memories, family gatherings, state fairs, Sunday suppers. For many seniors, they're more than just meals. They're moments of tradition, comfort, and familiarity. But as comforting as they may feel, fried foods are quietly waging a war inside your body, especially on your aging muscles. Fried foods are typically cooked in oils that are high in trans fats and inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids. These oils damage cells, impair circulation, and interfere with your body's ability to repair and grow muscle tissue. When you eat fried food, you're not just consuming excess calories, right? You're feeding inflammation. And inflammation is one of the primary drivers of muscle loss in older adults. It weakens recovery, slows mobility, and makes it harder for your muscles to respond to activity and protein intake. But the harm doesn't end there. Fried foods are often low in the very nutrients your muscles crave, such as lean protein, magnesium, and antioxidants. Instead, they leave your body to fight off the damage with depleted resources. Over time, that internal battle takes its toll. You may notice more stiffness in the morning, longer recovery times after simple chores, or an unshakable fatigue that makes you move less, which only worsens muscle decline. The price you pay for those moments of flavor is steep. It's paid in lost strength, in days where standing from a chair becomes a chore, in nights when joint pain keeps you from resting well. It's paid in missed walks, canceled outings, and the creeping doubt that your body can still carry you with confidence. What once brought pleasure now slowly robs you of the freedom to live fully. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up flavor to protect your strength. Oven-roasted, grilled, or air-fried meals can offer that same delicious satisfaction without the silent damage. And speaking of silent damage, there's one daily habit many seniors enjoy that seems innocent, even relaxing, but its effects on your muscles may be far more destructive than you think. Let's take a closer look. 5. Alcohol, the silent saboteur of muscle repair. For many seniors, a glass of wine with dinner or a cocktail at a family gathering feels like a well-deserved ritual, a moment to unwind, to mark the end of the day, to toast to life's blessings. After all, it's not about excess, just enjoyment. But what few realize is that even moderate alcohol use can quietly interfere with one of your body's most essential functions in later life, the repair and preservation of muscle. As the body ages, muscle loss becomes a natural challenge, but alcohol adds a hidden layer of difficulty. It disrupts your hormones, particularly those that help build and maintain muscle, like testosterone and growth hormone. It also interferes with protein synthesis, which is the process your body uses to repair and rebuild muscle tissue after activity or stress. Without that repair, your muscles begin to weaken, recover more slowly, and shrink over time. Worse still, alcohol depletes your body of key nutrients such as magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins, all of which are crucial for healthy muscles and nerves. When these stores run low, your body can't function optimally, and fatigue begins to set in more easily. Balance suffers, endurance fades, and activities that once felt effortless begin to demand more than your body can comfortably give. The price you pay for that regular drink isn't just the temporary buzz or the extra calories. It's a slow erosion of your physical strength and stability. It's the lost opportunity to recover stronger after a walk, the stiff mornings that linger longer, the gradual withdrawal from physical activity because your body simply doesn't respond the way it used to. Over time, alcohol doesn't just steal clarity, it steals confidence in your own movement, your own ability to live independently. But it's never too late to change course. Swapping alcoholic drinks for sparkling water with citrus, herbal teas, or non alcoholic alternatives can restore energy, improve sleep, and support your muscles in ways you'll feel and appreciate. And yet, while a drink may be optional, eating is not. Which is why the next hidden danger on this list is especially important. It's found in many kitchens, often praised for its convenience, but it may be silently draining your strength more than you know. 6. Canned soups and ready-to-eat meals. Salt bombs in disguise. In the quiet of retirement, many older adults find comfort in simplicity, especially when it comes to food. A warm bowl of canned soup or a ready-made frozen dinner can seem like a blessing. Quick, easy, familiar. These meals offer convenience when energy runs low, and they provide a sense of routine, especially for those living alone. But beneath their ease lies a subtle but serious danger, one that can slowly, silently erode your physical strength. Most canned soups, instant noodles, and frozen meals are packed with excessive sodium, preservatives, and chemical additives. The salt content alone can exceed an entire day's recommended intake in a single serving. And while salt may enhance flavor, it wreaks havoc on the body, raising blood pressure, straining the kidneys, and causing the body to retain water while leaching essential minerals like potassium and magnesium. These are minerals your muscles desperately need to function, recover, and stay strong. But perhaps more alarming is how these meals offer calories without true nourishment. They may fill your stomach, but they often lack protein, healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants, the very building blocks your aging body relies on to maintain muscle mass. Over time, feeding your body with these nutrient-poor options leads to slower movement, increased joint pain, and weakened endurance. You may begin to feel sluggish after meals or notice that your stamina isn't what it used to be. That's no coincidence. It's your body telling you this isn't enough. The price you pay for choosing convenience over nourishment is far greater than a sodium count. It's measured in muscle weakness, in rising fatigue, and in the gradual dependence on walkers, railings, or others for support. It's the shrinking of your world, one missed walk, one skipped social outing at a time, as your muscles become less able to carry the life you still want to live. But there's still time to reclaim your plate. With a little preparation, homemade soups, whole ingredients, and nutrient-rich meals can give your body the fuel it craves. Your strength is worth more than shortcuts. And as we near the final, and perhaps most emotionally complex food on this list, get ready to examine something sweet, familiar, and nostalgic, but also surprisingly destructive to your muscle health. 7. Pastries and baked goods. Sweetness with a price. There's a tenderness in the memories tied to sweet baked goods. The smell of fresh cookies in your mother's kitchen, the warm comfort of a muffin with morning coffee, or the joy of sharing pie with family during the holidays. For many seniors, pastries are more than just food. They are reminders of cherished moments, love, and tradition. But while the emotions they evoke are warm and familiar, the physical impact they leave behind is far less kind. Most store bought pastries and baked goods, cookies, cakes, muffins, and donuts, are made with a harmful combination of refined sugars, bleached white flour, and trans fats. These ingredients are not just empty of nutrients, they actively harm your health. The high sugar content causes frequent blood sugar spikes, which over time lead to insulin resistance, a condition that reduces your body's ability to deliver nutrients to your muscles. Meanwhile, trans fats and processed flour fuel chronic inflammation, weakening muscle fibers and slowing the body's ability to rebuild after physical activity. And these effects don't just remain hidden in your bloodstream. Over time, they show up in the way your body feels and moves. That extra stiffness in your legs, the slow recovery after a short walk, or the fatigue that seems to come out of nowhere. These may be signals that your muscles aren't getting what they need and are beginning to fade as a result of the foods meant to bring you joy. The price you pay for indulging in pastries isn't just a fleeting sugar crash. It's paid in slow, steady muscle loss. It's the subtle retreat from activities you once enjoyed, baking in your kitchen, gardening, dancing, as your strength begins to wane. It's not just your muscles that suffer, it's your sense of independence and vitality that begins to erode one sweet bite at a time. But here's the good news. Sweetness doesn't have to be sacrificed. You can rediscover the joy of baking with wholesome ingredients: oats, almond flour, fresh fruit, and natural sweeteners that nourish both memory and muscle. And now, having uncovered the 7 foods that silently sap your strength, let's take a moment to shift focus. Because while removing harmful foods is vital, knowing what to eat to rebuild and protect your muscles is the true path to thriving in your golden years. Are you ready to discover the foods that can give your strength back? Reclaiming strength, one choice at a time. Aging is not a weakness, it's a legacy. It is the collection of decades lived, lessons learned, and love given and received. But as the years pass, one truth becomes more important than ever. Your health is not just about adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. Throughout this journey, we've uncovered 7 foods that many seniors consume without realizing the silent toll they take on muscle strength and vitality. They are familiar, comforting, and often tied to memories. But behind their taste lies a subtle erosion of energy, mobility, and independence. It can be difficult to accept that foods we've trusted for so long may now be holding us back. And yet, acknowledging this truth is the first act of empowerment. The price you pay for choosing what's easy over what's nourishing is more than physical. It shows up in how confidently you walk, how freely you move, how fully you participate in life. But here's what matters most. It's never too late to change direction. Your body, even in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, still responds to care. Your muscles are listening. They are waiting for real fuel, for healing, for the nutrients that restore. Each meal is a decision. Each bite is a message to your body. I care for you. I want you to be strong. And those choices, when made consistently, have the power to not only preserve what you have, but rebuild what's been lost: energy, balance, strength, and confidence. You are not powerless in the face of aging. On the contrary, you are profoundly powerful, especially when armed with knowledge, self-respect, and the willingness to let go of habits that no longer serve your well-being. So as you move forward, remember this: it's not about giving up the foods you love. It's about loving yourself enough to choose better ones. You still have time, you still have strength, and most of all, you still have choices. The next chapter of your life can be one of strength, grace, and renewed vitality. All it takes is one mindful step at a time, starting today. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.